Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to White Pine District Library Story Hour. Last week we talked about trees and how they grow and what makes up their parts and the leaves that fall from them, red, yellow, and green. Now, there are different kinds of trees that produce different things. Some produce nuts, some produce fruit, and some produce cones. So there are all kinds of trees. But the tree we're going to talk about today, or a part of the tree we're going to talk about today, is a fruit. And that fruit is an apple. The apples come in all different shapes and sizes, different colors, and they have different flavors. Some of them are tart, some of them are sweet, and some of them are extremely sour. Now, an apple is the result of the flower on the tree, in this case an apple tree, that has been pollinated by a bee. And we've talked about flowers, and we talked about trees, and we talked about bees, but that bee pollinates that flower, and that makes it so this apple will grow. Once the flower dies, it starts to produce a fruit, and that fruit will grow and grow. It starts out small, and then it will get bigger and bigger until it's mature, like this apple. Now, when you look at the inside of an apple, it has several parts. The outside, the red part of this, and it has like a speckle on it, is the skin. And then up here, we have the stem, and that's the part that was attached to the branch of the tree. And then here in the middle is the core, and that's generally a piece of the apple that people don't eat. They normally throw that away. And in the middle of that core are brown or black seeds, that shape right there. And they are the part that will start another tree. Now this part right here, this white part right here, is called the flesh. And that's the part that we like to eat. The magic part is this little seed right here, because if that little seed is planted in the ground and it gets the sun and the rain like we talked about for plants, it will grow another tree. It may take several years to grow that tree, but it will grow another tree. Now, that leads us to our story this week. Our story this week is about a young man that lived a long time ago. Now, I'm saying he lived a long time ago. He may not have been a real person. He may have been this story may have been based on a real person. And his name was Johnny. And they called him Johnny Appleseed because he loved to grow apples. Now, in the story, it said that Johnny loved to watch things grow, and he would plant seeds and encourage them to grow and water them and care for them just to see them grow. And he loved to do that. And then he began to plant apple seeds. And he planted apple seeds all over the East Coast in our country. And according to folklore, which Johnny is part of, he ran out of places to plant his apple seeds. He had planted so many, and then he decided to go west. Now, out west was wild, and there were no trees such as what Johnny was planting. And so he decided to go west all on his own. He was by himself, and he planted apple seeds everywhere. Now, in this story, it is said that he planted thousands and thousands of apple seeds that produced thousands and thousands of trees, which also produced millions and millions of apples that many, many people and many, many animals enjoyed. Now, it is said that Johnny planted seeds all his life, and therefore all the apple trees in our country stem from apple trees that were planted by Johnny Appleseed. Now, we don't know that to be true, but this is a folklore story, and that means that part of it could be made up or pretend, and some of it may be true. So, somewhere out there was someone that liked to plant things and may have been a Johnny Appleseed. And so someone wrote a story about him. Now, I like the story of Johnny Appleseed. The idea of someone planting all kinds of seeds and getting trees to grow all over this country that all kinds of people and animals can enjoy. That is a very pleasant story to listen to. Now, I showed you what an apple looks like on the inside with the flesh and the seeds and the core and the skin. But you know what? There is also something else on the inside of that apple, and I think it is very pretty to look at. If you look, there's a special surprise inside an apple when you cut it sideways. And that surprise is a flower, and that flower has 5 petals. Now, if you look at an apple blossom in the spring, it also has 5 petals. And so the heart of the apple has 5 petals. And I think that's just kind of a neat message that the apple started from a blossom, and in the heart of the apple, the blossom still lives. Now, we talked about the bottom of the apple. This is the remainder of the blossom. This is what's left of that blossom that took place in the spring. So the apple has a lot of cool, interesting information about it. It also makes us healthy. It contains vitamins that keep us healthy. And right now, being healthy is an important thing. Now, I am going to put on a mask today because a mask is an important safety and health help today because of what the country is going through. And when I'm around people, I want to make sure that I have a mask on because I care about them and I want to protect them from my germs. So I'm going to wear a mask because I have a friend that is coming in right now. Now, when I wear my mask, I want to make sure that my mask covers my mouth and it covers my nose. So it keeps the germs that I have inside and they don't spread all over. Because if I cough or if I sneeze and something comes out of my nose or my mouth, I don't want to put it out in the air where my friend will have to breathe that or get it on them. So I wear my mask to keep my germs close to me and not on my friend. Let's see my friend. His name is Mr. Bear. And you know what? Today, because I am here and he is here with me, he also is going to wear a mask because we want to take care of each other. Now, Mr. Bear is not very big. Even though he's small, Mr. Bear wears a mask and it covers his nose and his mouth because he cares about me and we're friends. So he wears a mask to take care of me and I wear a mask to take care of him because I want him to be safe and he wants me to be safe. Now, do we always like to wear the mask? No, we don't always like to wear the mask. But if I want to be around my friends and I want to keep them safe because I care about them, I'm going to wear the mask, just like Mr. Bear. Now, by wearing that mask, Mr. Bear's germs are not going to get on me. And by me wearing the mask, my germs are not going to get on Mr. Bear. And that way we're going to take care of each other. So sometimes, boys and girls, you need to wear a mask to take care of the people you care about. That's to protect them from those germs. And they will wear masks to keep you safe from those germs. So when you go out and you want to play with your friends and be with your friends or talk with your friends, wear a mask and keep your friends safe. And they will wear a mask to keep you safe. Now, Mr. Bear has to go home right now. And once Mr. Bear goes home, I will be able to take my mask off because I will be in the library all by myself. Now, I hope that you can come and see me again, Mr. Bear. And would you like to tell the boys and girls goodbye? So, boys and girls, Mr. Bear says goodbye, and he reminds you to please wear your mask and keep yourselves safe and keep the people you love safe because we all need to take care of each other. I'll see you soon, Mr. Bear. Okay? And he says, bye-bye, boys and girls. So Mr. Bear is going to go home today. And, well, Mr. Bear is here. I have to wear my mask. But when Mr. Bear goes home, I don't have to wear my mask because no one is in the library but me. Now, we want to take care of each other, so we're going to wear a mask. We eat apples to keep healthy. And we want to be able to continue to do fun things. So we want to take care of each other so that we can do that. Now, I have another little thing that I want to share with you, and it's called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to need your hands to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it goes like this. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. I let him go again. Why'd I let him go? Because he bit my little finger so. Which finger did he bite? That little finger on the right. Are you ready? Let's do it again. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I let him go again. Why'd you let him go? He bit my little finger so. Which finger did he bite? The little finger on the right. So you can practice counting, boys and girls, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fingers. You also have 10 toes. You can also practice counting with that. Now, the flashcards that you got a couple weeks ago, there are also 10 of those. So you can practice counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So work on writing your numbers and learning your numbers and counting. Very important to be able to know your numbers. And it shows us how smart you are. Now, I have a busy bag here for those individuals that watch the video and would like a busy bag. And this week's busy bag has a lot of things in it. We have, oh my goodness, let's see. We have a couple of cutouts of apples with holes punched in them. And this is a project that you can do. with some help from Mom and Dad. Now, see the picture right there of the apple? You can color the apple, paint the apple, use markers, anything you want to do to make that apple a color. And then you're going to receive a leaf in the bag. You need to cut the leaf out. There's a stem in the bag, and those will get glued on. But you're also going to get some lacing in the bag. And that lacing goes in these holes that are all the way around your apple. So you're going to lace that apple together all the way around. You'll want to leave a portion open so you can take the newspaper that's in there and wad it up and stuff it in there so you can make your apple have what they call dimension. So it makes it fatter. It gives it some dimension. And then you'll finish lacing it up and your apple will be all done. So that project's in there for you to do. There are some pattern things in there for you to do again. There's a craft in there. Oh, let's see. There's a craft in there that shows you the core of the apple that we looked at. And you will need to do some cutting and then glue those things that you cut out, like the tops and bottoms of the apple. Glue them on your popsicle sticks. And there's stem, and I think there's a leaf in there for you to cut out. And then you can draw seeds like we talked about earlier on the popsicle sticks, and you can have your own apple core. So you have those two things and the patterns to do. There's all kinds of worksheets to do. There's what are the parts of the apple. We talked about that before because you have the skin, the flesh, the core, the seeds, and the stem. There are what color, things to color. There are things to count. There are things to work on writing letters. There are things to read, little poems and things. And one of them is this one right here. And it says, I love you, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck. This little poem has a couple of words in it that you may not recognize, bushel and peck. And a bushel and a peck are a way of measuring how many apples you have in a container. A bushel is a certain size, it's bigger. A peck is a smaller size. And that is how people that run orchards measure the amount of apples that they are selling. And so that is what that little, those words in that little poem say. Let's see, what else do we have? I don't know. We have something I'd like to share with you. I found in my mailbox this week a nice note from a young man who joins us and does the busy bags, and his name is Michael. Michael wrote me a thank you note, which was very nice of him, and I appreciate that very much. But I have to tell you, Michael has been practicing his letters because he wrote it all by himself, and it was done very well. And so I can tell that Michael has been working on his letters. So thank you very much, Michael, for the thank you note, and I'm glad that you're practicing your letters. All of you can take a lead from Michael and work on writing your letters and your numbers. He did a very good job. Now, I have another friend here today, and this friend is not real, but he's come to see us, and we're going to talk about the things that the library has that you can check out if you come visit us. Now, you can get a busy bag if you call us or send us an email or contact us on Facebook. But you can also come in and get a busy bag. And when you come into the library, you can also check out some books about apples. Now, we have several books that talk about apples, and this one's called Apples and Pumpkins. And those are both things that were planted with a seed and watched to grow. The pumpkin plant will grow a lot faster than the apple tree, but they both started from seeds. The seed is a very magic thing. There's a whole tree in that seed. There's a whole pumpkin in that pumpkin seed. So, very cool books about apples and pumpkins that you can read in the library. We have another book here, Mr. Owl, Who is Wise Because He Reads. And you can be wise just like Mr. Owl. This one's called Tap the Magic Tree. I wonder what's magic about that tree. Mr. Owl doesn't know. So maybe we need to read that and find out what exactly is going on in that story. This one sounds interesting. This is called An Apple Pie for Dinner. I love apple pie. Maybe I should make an apple pie. Would you like apple pie? He likes apple pie and he would love to have some apple pie. So we have lots and lots, a lot of books at the library for you to enjoy. Some of them about apples, some of them about trees and leaves and flowers and insects, all those things. Maybe one even about an owl. Now, we hope that you are enjoying Story Hour, and we hope that you contact us and would like to get a busy bag. Like I said, you can get that by calling us, Facebooking us, emailing us, or just coming in the library and we will get you a busy bag. And we hope you have fun with those. Now, it's time for me to go again. Time goes really fast when we're having fun. And I need to give you a clue for next week. Now, what can I tell them? Oh, he says that our clue should be I grow on a vine. I can be round and squatty or tall. And sometimes my name is Jack. So, what grows on a vine can be short and squatty or tall and is sometimes called Jack. Well, I guess you'll have to join us next week to find out. So, we hope to see you next week at the White Pine District Library Story Hour on Tuesday. Get outside, have a nice day, enjoy the weather while it lasts. Winter's coming, then we'll have other fun things to do outside. Mr. Owl, are you ready to go? Yeah, he's ready to go. And it's time for us to say goodbye, so we hope to see you at the White Pine District Library. Come and see us sometime. Mr. Owl says bye. Bye.